All right, so we'll get the coffee. Yeah. Okay. Here. Yeah, right. We'll get some coffee right here. He's already getting it. So it's a hai cà phê sữa and một cà phê đen. Yeah.
Chú bán đây lâu chưa chú?
40 năm. Oh.
40 years.
Yeah, very few years.
Okay. Yeah, cảm ơn. Yeah.
Nếu mà có nhiều chọn ta có cây đánh bọt.
Yeah.
Cà phê này là bác là pha sẵn.
Only smashing it.
Yeah.
Tối pha sẵn. Tối pha sẵn à.
Yeah. Is he supposed to be a famous coffee seller?
I think so. If he got like the position here, I think he is good.
It's his turf, his territory. He's claimed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, đúng.
You see nhiều sữa.
Nhiều sữa ít cà phê.
Dạ. Con cảm ơn chú.
Yeah. And một chút xíu 20 ngàn. Yeah, một chút. Yeah, một chút xíu. Alright, you guys want to go over here? Yeah, no, I got a coffee. Yeah, over here. And now, as you can see, we are in Ho Chi Minh City, and I have a special guest today, Nam Loom.
Xin chào mọi người.
Yes, I call her Nam Loom because, actually, the best way to describe it is just to stand up. So stand up.
Oh.
Dạ.
So she is Nam Loom. Nam Loom is 1m47.
Dạ.
And I am 1.91, so a big size difference, but we can sit back down. So everybody knows Vi lives in Hanoi, but she's from the central part of Vietnam, and Nam Loom is from the south of Vietnam. And for myself, I am a foreigner. So today we are going to be talking about cultural differences with a foreigner in Vietnam and then also different parts of the country, because Vi is central, northern, Nam Loom is south, and again, is a foreigner.
So let's all together start by introducing yourself in the real accent.
Yeah.
Start with our guest, chị Nấm.
Okay, so I'm from the south. Xin chào mọi người.
I'm from the central. Xin chào cả nhà.
And I'm Dustin. Hello. Xin chào.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have Vietnamese. I think my Vietnamese accent is more southern.
Southern,
Yeah.
that's
more
right.
southern. So today, you guys, we are going to be talking about all sorts of things. Let's get started.
So Dustin, how long have you been living in Vietnam?
A little over 6 years now, so I've been here for quite some time. I know.
Oh,
I know. Long time in
Yes.
Vietnam, yes.
that's a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is something that you find it weird when you're living here?
Weird, well, it's different from when I first came here and now live here, because living here, I wouldn't necessarily say it's weird because it's become so normal, but let's say like people staring. Staring, in Western culture, like if you're staring at somebody, there's usually something wrong with them, and you try to be very indirect with the staring. So you don't want them to know you're staring at them, generally speaking. Again, you guys were generalizing here, so it's not always 100% of the time. But it's like, the staring with me, especially with the older generation. With the older generation, they will stare and stare and stare and stare. So,
Forever.
yeah, I don't really know why, because then it's like, being here, you have to kind of have fun with it. So I have like a staring competition. Like with kids. You stare and whoever blinks first or looks away loses. So I have a lot of staring competitions. So maybe I notice somebody staring at me and then I stare back. And I kid you not, sometimes the older generation, it's like minutes. It's not seconds, but it's many minutes of just complete staring at each other. And I'm at times very uncomfortable because they have better staring confidence than I do. And it's so strange, but it's fun. I make fun with it.
Yeah.
Chizu, what do you think is the reason of the staring?
I think because he's foreigner.
Yeah.
So for them it's kind of weird creatures.
Yeah.
So
I'm a creature? Oh, so.
I'm
not a human, I'm a creature.
For older generation. Yeah, and then they want to like study him. Like, what is the nose? The eye color and stuff. Yeah. But then when he stare back, they don't change. They keep,
No,
they keep
don't.
staring at this, and now he becomes the one who like
Stares back, yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think it also stems from the curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of curiosity.
For me, a lot of it is, it's understandable because I know Vietnam, you know, it's mostly Vietnamese, and foreigners in Vietnam, it's a very, very small minority. And that's all foreigners, like Caucasian, different Asian foreigners, Africa, all over the world, small minority.
One thing that is different from the Western culture in Vietnam is that the cheers.
So we just cheers like once, and then in Vietnam, you guys, every time you go to drink your drink,
Like,
for
yo,
beer, and not for
like,
coffee, but for beer, you cheers every single time.
Like us, like,
we
yo.
don't do that.
But in the South, we have to like 3 times, like yo,
yo, yo,
3 times.
like that.
How about
in the north as
how
well?
about the North 3 times too?
Yeah, 3 times as well.
Okay. I get like the 3 times only when people are like really excited or a very special occasions. Like, yes, một hai ba yo, một hai ba yo, một hai ba yo.
Oh,
And
the
it
last
sounds-
part is 1, 2, 3 uống.
Uống?
uống.
Yeah, like that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, sometimes I hear this quite often. It's like, you know, like beating around the bush.
When
Like-
you're not indirect.
Yeah, so like if somebody's beating around the bush, they're not being direct with what they're saying. I hear this, like that sometimes Vietnamese are not as direct with their intentions or with what they want. I don't think it's everybody. I think sometimes maybe like more like in business or work or like confrontations. Because people are like, foreigners are more direct, they're more blunt, they're more straightforward. All of these the same meaning, you guys. I think it just depends. It depends on the person. Because I've met some Vietnamese who are also very direct. And then I feel like sometimes Vietnamese can be even more direct, depending. Like, say if I cook food for my friend's like, không ngon. And I'm like, really?
The biggest thing
Sao?
here is that, you know, Vietnamese people are really afraid to offend others. They don't want to make others sad or
like,
offended, embarrassed.
Sometimes it
so-
can be disrespectful too.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's like, for example, say in Vietnam, like today I'm tired. So my friend would be like, you look really tired today. Your eyes are so dark and your wrinkles are so bad. And I'm like, okay. But as a foreigner, I wouldn't really say that. And sometimes strangers will even say that to me. And like that's very direct, but I don't know. They say it because they're caring, but it's unusual.
So
But that like can hurt someone's feelings. Hurt somebody's feelings, you make them upset. They're sad about something.
So in Vietnam, chị Xíu, have you ever experienced a time when some people say to you like, you look thin today, but
super.
you look like you look not really cool today, but actually
So often.
Yeah, but actually that means that you don't look good today.
Yeah,
you
like
look
you
bad.
look, even say like you look so skinny. You need to eat more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Hurt somebody's feelings. If you hurt somebody's feelings, you make them feel upset, sad, maybe disappointed. So for example, I'm talking with V, and V's like, Dustin, your mustache is so ugly, and you look terrible because you haven't gotten a haircut, and that hurt my feelings. It made me really sad. So now I need to get a haircut and shave my mustache. I feel like Westerners are very sensitive in regards to some topics. Like things you can't change about your appearance. We try not to comment on it because people are, I think, overly sensitive. It's just too sensitive in Western culture. So like if I were to tell a girl, I'm like, you look fat, or you look too skinny, that's the end of the world for me. In Western countries, but in Vietnam, I could be like, "Oh, V, you look so fat today."
Yeah,
And
you
you're
should
like,
lose weight.
But I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Oh, it's a matter of body shaming as well to the Western.
Yeah, because body shaming is the appropriate. Like body shaming, you guys, it's just criticizing or saying something about somebody's body that's not nice. In a simple way of saying it. Yeah, because Western culture, you get that quite a bit.
For Vietnamese, we just like we don't think much.
You just say it.
Yeah, we don't think much.
Yeah, we don't think much, but we want the best for others.
But it's also very direct. And as a foreigner, I would not be direct about that.
Yeah.
Depends on some aspects of life.
Yeah.
Like, for example, say I have like my girlfriend is getting fat. I wouldn't say you're getting fat. Maybe Vietnamese men would, and hats off to you guys.
Yeah.
So much respect for that confidence. Hats off, like, admire that.
Yeah.
I'm not quite there, but I'm trying. But I would have to say, in a sense, it's like, you know, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym and start exercising. It's like, you want to come with me?
Wow.
And it's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the market. I feel like cooking or trying to make some new meals for a better diet.
Yeah.
That's like, so I try to encourage her to exercise and encourage her to eat healthy. That's how many people would have to say it, because she would explode.
Yeah.
Just get so angry and just
Explode.
go off on somebody. You're so angry, yell at them, scream at them, so she would go off on me.
Yeah.
Hats off to somebody you admire, you respect them, you congratulate them, you're impressed with something that they did. So for example, you know, V was able to order the best meal I've ever had in my life. I'm like, V, hats off to you. Great job. Really, really impressed.
So, but is it you guys was beating around the bush?
Yes, that's like
Yeah,
beating
that's
around the bush.
Yeah.
So it depends. So I can see it both ways. So I may or may not agree with that one so much, but because I feel like Vietnamese sometimes are very straightforward with some things, but other things maybe not so much.
Like, in the end, everyone has a difference, and we should like get accustomed to the culture that we're living in and respect it and respect everyone.
Beat around the bush. If somebody is beating around the bush, they are not being direct, forward, or blunt. So for example, V had a personal problem with me, but she was beating around the bush and she could not tell me the actual problem. And even today, I still don't know what it is. So like another thing in Vietnam, you guys see what they're doing right here? You guys are touching each other a lot.
We're showing love and affection for each other. Especially girls.
Sister love, yes.
Okay, so I guess we can use that for a culture difference. Like for girls, say in Vietnam, or even girls in America, they can get away with touching each other more. So get away with something, it's kind of like they're more allowed to do it and they won't receive any criticism for it. But like say as me, like for myself, as a foreigner in Vietnam, people touch me so much.
So much.
And many strangers, people I have no idea who they are, always touching me, and it's mostly men.
Always touching me, and it's mostly men.
And I don't think it's nothing to do with like being gay, but it just, people touch me so much, and that is one thing that like as an American, men, I think historically, like say 50 to 100 years ago, men were a lot more like physical with each other. But in America, it's transitioned to this, like, don't touch me. If you're a man, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. And it's like society today, it's like men should not touch men. So it's like coming to Vietnam, it's normal, I think. Get away with something. If you can get away with something, you can do something that maybe somebody else can't. It can be good, it can be bad, it can be different. It just depends. So for example, I want to wear a dress, but I am a man. I can't get away with that. But if V wears a dress, she can get away with it because she's a girl.
So as an English learner, I often like learn on YouTube a lot of videos about like how to speak like a native speaker, like about the accent, about the tone and the body language. So I want to know how a foreigner think, an American think about Vietnamese speaking English. Is the accent important?
The only thing that's like important at the end of the day is as long as I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter what accent you have.
Yeah.
Even if you were to screw up like the intonation and how
Yeah.
we say the words, but you say them appropriately, like say I say hello, but you're like hello, it would sound rather funny and ridiculous, but I would still understand.
Yeah.
So like for me, say my like end goal, the goal that I have for say Vietnamese is just people to understand me. But it makes it hard when I travel to different areas, because different words. But
Yeah.
like to have an American accent or an English accent, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as we understand. But when I speak to you, I don't know what tones I'm making in
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
But when I speak Vietnamese, I have to think
Specific.
what word and what tone I'm using, because if I say the wrong tone,
Yeah.
it's a different meaning. But no,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. British, English, New Zealand, Australia, America,
No problem.
it doesn't matter at all.
Oh, I feel so relieved when I listen to this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, you know, they put too much emphasis on the accent.
Yes.
And when we don't have that perfect accent, like
Yeah.
American accent, British accent.
They would judge like the English ability
Yeah.
based on the accent too. But I kind of like have a little bit of accent
That's
in,
right.
in communications. It's like,
Yeah.
it's fun.
The ultimate purpose of communication is to understand each other.
Yes.
But yeah, we should not like just stop. We just keep continuing to improve our accent and
Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
the English. That's
Yeah.
Because again, like accents make somebody unique and special. So sometimes it's like having the accent will separate you from somebody else, and it can be a very positive thing.
Yeah.
So at times it's nice to have like a little bit of an accent.
Yeah.
Because we'll say like Asians in general, because we would group Asians together, but it's like an Asian accent. So if
Yeah.
you speak English, say in the United States, and I'm talking to you and you have an accent, I don't know where you're from, but I would just say maybe like an Asian accent. But you two don't really have an Asian accent. If you did, I've been in Vietnam too long and I don't hear it.
Maybe your English now have a Vietnamese accent.
Maybe. So listening is hard for me, and you need to speak slow. No,
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, nói chậm chậm.
Can you say something in Vietnamese for the audience?
Em muốn nói gì?
Em muốn anh nói vậy?
When I listen to say like Southern Vietnamese in Hanoi, it's very strong and very clear with the tones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very like chop
Yeah,
chop.
yeah. It's
chop,
very,
chop,
very
chop, chop.
clear.
Yeah.
It's very distinctive.
In the south,
Like
we
vui
eat
không?
vui
In
là
Hanoi, vui không?
Hà Nội sẽ là vui không?
Vui
And
à?
the South, vui
vui
không?
không?
Đúng. Dễ thương hơn.
Dạ.
Ôi, dễ thương hơn. Straightforward, blunt, direct. So if somebody is straightforward, blunt, or direct, they're very, very forward with what they're saying. So whatever they mean, they say pretty much exactly for what it is. So for example, you know, V is bothering me a lot. And I'm like, V, I hate you. Today you're acting ridiculous and you need to stop. I'm being very straightforward, blunt, and direct. Anyways, you guys, we are done in Ho Chi Minh. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We will see you with another one in Hanoi.